Welcome in, everybody. We're just about to get started. We're going to be cleaning all kinds of boots and shoes. We're going to be cleaning a lot of Doc Martens, some sandals. We're really going to be taking care of a lot of leather. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to get started with these Doc Martens. This is a mono style, it's all black. It's called Brando leather. And the style is Clarissa. It's a size 9. So if anybody's interested in this one, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. My name is Evan, and it's my goal to offer you guys the opportunity to learn the skills and tools needed to love your leather. So let me just go ahead and write some things for you guys to have. And that is, I started creating YouTube videos that you guys can go to watch all kinds of really great content to learn how to take care of your shoes and your leather. So if that's something you're interested in, let me go ahead and just leave this in the description for you guys. All right. And that is my YouTube. Let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to take our preferred cleaner, whatever one you guys trust. I'm getting a little bit of water, a basin of water here. And then we're going to get our brush for our leather. And our cleaner, the one that I use, is called Shoe MGK. And we're just going to dampen our brush. We're not really going to get it soaking wet. When we put it in the water, we just take it out again, and it helps create the suds that we're needing from our cleaner. Just pour a little bit on there. It's concentrated, and then we're just going to have at the entire sandal here. And we don't want to soak the leather. We don't want to get this too wet, but we just want to clean it just enough so that all the dirt and debris completely comes off. I'm going to move some of this aside, and let me get you guys a better angle here so you can see. We want to be really thorough to get all in the nooks and crannies here. And of course, we want to get the footbed, so lift up those straps. Does anybody have any type of sandals like this? Because sometimes, maybe people don't have similar sandals to this, and so they say, oh, well, cleaning something like this isn't relevant because I don't have those exact sandals. But if you have similar ones, or even if you have flip-flops or something that's leather, you guys can do the exact same thing to take care of your leather in this way. We can even go ahead and get the outsole as well. And once that's all sudsed up, and you see a lot of the suds are like brown because of dirt, that's a good sign that the suds are lifting that dirt up. And you just want to take a microfiber cloth and completely wipe down all of that dirt from your leather. Again, guys, we will be doing all kinds of different shoes today. Let me know in the comments if there's some type of issue that you've run into, or when you're cleaning your leather, if you have any questions to ask, or if you clean your leather with a certain product, I'd love to know which one works best for you. I'm always looking for new products and the best ones to clean and work on leather. So I'd love to pick your brain on what works for you guys. Now, I did use the brush in here, but it looks like there's a bit of compounded dirt and grime on here. So what I'm going to do is just simply take my microfiber cloth, and I'm going to add direct cleaner to it, just a little bit, just like that. And then I'm just going to rub directly on those areas where the grime is kind of stuck on there. And use a little bit light to medium pressure, depending on how much there is on here. And as you guys can see, as I rub, it's taking off a lot of that. And that's not going to come off with the brush very quickly because it's a gentle type of brush, which is great for your leather in order to prevent any type of scratching. So this is a great way not just to um, care for your leather sandals, but also you can do these same type of methods if you take the concepts here. And what I've done is do the same thing, but I restore and clean leather purses, leather jackets, leather belts, and all kinds of things like that. And if you guys are interested as well, let me know if you have questions about selling on Poshmark, or if you just started, welcome. If you have any questions, it can be anything at all. I'm happy to help. I've been on Poshmark for a few years now, and I also am a Posh ambassador too. So I'd love to help you guys in any way possible. All right, and these are looking really good. We do want to get the heel area, so let's take a look over there. You may need a little bit more cleaner. We just want a really clean footbed as well. And that is looking really good. Let's go ahead and lace this up. Now it's really hard sometimes to get the right type of fill for this leather because there's so many straps on here. So there's really not too much that you can do with like a shoe tree. You're really limited. Um, I know I've seen like acrylic shoe trees where it kind of works really well with leather, where it's kind of like a strip that goes up and kind of pushes it out. But yeah, it's really hard to get a good photo of this unless it's kind of like sideways or something. But if you put it upright with gravity, then it just falls again. So that was that shoe. Let's move to another one. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys about this filling paste. Now, these are white Doc Marten boots, and I believe these are, yeah, these are Jaden's. It's got the side zip, the platform, which is great. We cleaned this one already, but it being white, it's kind of difficult to keep it that way. And so, what we did last time was we started putting on the white touch up. Let me grab that. This one right here, also by Shoe MGK. And we started filling this in, but what I noticed is that there's these deep gouges there. If you guys can see, if it'll focus. And essentially, what we want to do is fill those holes with some paste. And so, what I've done is I have some leather filling paste, which is great for your scuffs. And we just want to take that and put a little bit of that in there. So I'm just going to take, you know, paper or whatever, something that's flat so that I can contour it properly. I'm just going to take a little bit, and I mean a little bit. And we're going to take this and we're just going to fill it in there just like that. And it's white, so that's good, but we just want to kind of contour it over the side there, because if you let this dry, it will not, if you let it dry the wrong way, rather, it will not come off easily, which is good when you want it the right way. But let's see here. So yeah, I'm just making sure that it's in the hole, that it's filled to the top. And then what we're going to do after that is just leave it. So if you guys have, you can use different colored pastes as well. If you have black or brown or a different color and you have deep gouges, It's a really great tool to fill that in. Now this is it needs to dry, and I may put another coat to fill that in and then cover it up with our white touch up, and that's just going to completely cover that. More on that later, but that was just something simple that I wanted to show you guys. Um, but unfortunately, there's quite a bit of a waiting period when it comes to the filling paste to properly um, cure, I guess the word would be. So let's move to a different shoe. This is one that I had cleaned before, but I didn't do the other side. So this is the clean side. Looks really nice and shiny, no dirt or dust on there. Another pair of Doc Martens, of course. However, we didn't get to the other one, so this is what it was before. Very ashy, very dusty and dirty. We can see there's oxidation on there as well. So let's go ahead and clean this one on the show today. Again, we're going to pretty much be doing the same exact thing. Go ahead and get a brush. And again, I will leave it in the description here. My name is Evan, and this is my channel on YouTube. And essentially, I try to make evergreen content that you guys can go back, replay, watch, and kind of clean along with me on all kinds of different shoes and boots and things like that. And then lastly, I just wanted to give you guys a discount code for the cleaner that I use if anybody's interested. It's called ShoeMGK. Let me go ahead and write it out. And you guys can get 20% off. I partnered with them because you guys asked me to get a code for your discount, and here it is, 20% and free shipping. Has anybody heard of ShoeMGK before? All right, let me go ahead and copy that for you guys. So you can get 20% off, and sorry about that. Let me go ahead and give you the code, which is also my username. There we go. All right. So let's get to this one. What I'm going to do first is take off the laces. And last time, like, it was really interesting because these are such fat laces. I've never seen thicker laces than this in comparison to other Doc Marten laces. But yeah, again, guys, I'm doing the live for you so that you guys can watch, learn, ask questions as I'm going through here. Because on a video, you guys can't really talk in the chat or anything like that. So I'd love to start some conversations with you guys. I don't want to feel alone. So feel free to drop a comment below, even if you're just talking about your day, or if you want to talk about Poshmark, or you want to talk about, something you just got or something you just sold. I'd love to interact with you in that way. Okay, so what we're gonna do is get our brush, get a little bit of it damp, put our cleaner, and scrub. I'm really excited because I am going to be putting out a boot cleaning tutorial, maybe today or tomorrow, and it's a pretty dirty boot, and I really am surprised with how it turned out. So um, if you guys are interested, if anyone comments below, I'll show you guys what the boot looks like. If you want a little sneak peek. Yeah, so once this is nice and sudsed up, again, all you guys want to do is wipe it off with a microfiber cloth. That's a great question, Arrowhead. Welcome in. My name is Evan. The cleaner that I'm using is called Shoe MGK, and I've cleaned hundreds of shoes with it on the show and on my channel. Looks like this, and this is just a great product. I'll show you guys what it does as well. So let's go ahead once it's all sudsed up. And it's really great because it's designed for leather, suede, nubuck, fabric, canvas, rubber, vinyl, and nylon. So it's pretty much safe on all of your different materials that your shoes are made out of. Even go further than that. The brand itself doesn't say that they clean other things other than shoes, but I use it on my leather jackets, on my leather bags, and all kinds of things like that. So yeah, just wipe off any of the excess suds and soap, making sure that you don't leave anything on there. And as you guys can see already, that really made a big difference. And what we want to make sure is that we don't leave any of the oxidation on there. So let's go ahead and wipe that off with our cloth as well. All right, something that we could also do, which is really important, is to clean the laces. And essentially all you want to do is get yourself some water with the cleaner, agitate your laces in the water. These ones aren't too dirty, thankfully. And then once it's done, squeeze out all that liquid like so. And then grab your microfiber cloth or whatever cloth you're using, and then just run the laces through like that in order to get rid of any excess moisture. And then you can just lace it back up. But before we do that, I want to show you guys another product, a really great one. I use it all the time. I used it on the boots that I just made a video out of. It's called the Shoe MGK Leather Cream. Now this is in neutral, so you can put this on any color leather, which is great. And so I'm just gonna take some of this. It looks like this. I'm just rubbing out onto the sponge, and essentially we just want to wipe it onto our leather. Now, this is for smooth leather. Do not put this on your suede or your nubuck. It's not designed for it, but it's really good. You don't want to put too much. I'm putting a little bit more than usual, simply because this is a very dry vintage model of a Doc Martin. But you guys use a little bit at first. You can always add more, but you can't take away. So go a little bit at a time. And that's really going to, if you guys will see, hide a lot of the scuffs, a lot of the discolorations, the scrapes, and it'll essentially, what it does with the waxes and the oils is that it brings it and it darkens the leather. So if you don't want your leather to be darkened, don't use too much of this. But when you do use enough, for example, this one, you can see there's quite a bit of different, like a lighter color here. That when you put that cream on there and you let it sit and you let it soak into the leather, you can really make a uniform color again, and that really brings a newness back to your leather. Now, I'm going to show you guys a little hack here in just a second, and that is heating up your leather conditioner, your leather cream. It's mainly the oil or the waxed base ones. If you have something like this is a great product too. It's called Bic 4. If you have the viscosity of this one, it's kind of like, how would you it's not like a cream, it's more of like a, like just thicker than a liquid, but this one here, I'll even just pour it out for you so you guys can see. So if you have something that's a little bit more of this texture, you don't want to heat it up. But because we have like a cream where there's waxes in there and things like that, we really want it to be able to penetrate the leather appropriately. So I'm just going to put this on the side here, just not to waste anything. And then what we're going to do is heat up this leather where we've put the cream. And let me go ahead and grab, I'm going to use a heat gun. You guys are more than welcome to use a hair dryer on the warm setting. Don't in any way leave your heat or your dryer on one portion of the leather for too long. You don't want to burn it or ruin it in any way. So what I'm simply going to do is warm up the leather and then massage in the oils. So this might be loud for you guys. So I'm going to turn this on. Go ahead and lower your volume if you need to. And then as you guys will see the discoloration go away in just a moment here. All right, so now I'm just gonna, most of it actually already soaked in, but I'm just going to rub in, just massage the leather just to ensure that all of that cream really gets deep into the leather. And this is great to use for your, if you guys are familiar with um, pull up leather, crazy horse leather, it's kind of all the same thing. It's just a tanned leather that's infused with all kinds of different manufactured oils and things like that. So yeah, this is really, it makes a huge difference. Again, that color is now more uniform. It doesn't look old or you know, scuffed up, which is great. And yeah, Arrowhead, thank you for your comment. Yeah, I love making and transforming boots like this, cleaning them and showing you guys how to do that. So let's go ahead and add our laces back on and let me know how do you clean your boots or your shoes or your leather products, and how do they turn out? If you do at all, if this is your first time or if you're learning, also let me know that too. I'm curious. Yeah, these are also a really cool shoe as well. And this is a size men's 8, women's 9. So every shoe that I clean on the show, I pretty much have it for sale as well. I don't have it up yet, but if you guys are like, I really like that shoe, let me know. I'll quick list it for you, and I can even ship it out to you today. So um, I'm just gonna go ahead and warm up the rest of this on the shoe, and then we'll be done. All right. So just a little bit there, massaging it in, and this is looking awesome. So we did this one last time. I'm seeing a little bit more of this oxidation here, so I'm gonna get that. And I actually learned what this greenish blue stuff is on here. Forget exactly what it's called. I literally just figured it out yesterday, but it's essentially oxidation that occurs when metals like copper are exposed to moisture for a long period of time. And then what that does is it oxidizes and creates that kind of greenish blue patina. And it's the same thing that has happened on like the Eiffel Tower, not the Eiffel Tower, sorry, the Statue of Liberty. And that's why it's that bluish green color because it's essentially oxidized with the metals because, of rain and things like that. So just a fun fact for you guys. And you want to take that off because it will continue to like deteriorate the metals. So that's why we cleaned it off today. So these ones are all finished. These are a Doc Martin size, men's 8, women's 9. So if anyone is interested, feel free to let me know and I'll quick list it for you. Also, if you guys are interested in the cleaner that I use, it's called Shoe MGK. If you go to their website, I've partnered with them to get, I think, one of their biggest discounts, 20% and free shipping if you're interested. And if you guys want to see more videos like this or lives, I also have them on my YouTube channel and I also create YouTube videos for you guys. Feel free to check them out on my YouTube at youtube.com/at Avamis. Let's go ahead and clean um, the other side of these sandals. And then Arrowhead says, "I'm on vacation, but I will look you up when I get home and order some product." Awesome. I'm happy for you. I really hope that Shoe MGK works as good as it does for me for you. And I'm still going to be cleaning some, so please stick around. And again, feel free to at least head over to the YouTube channel. If you're not able to watch anything right now, feel free to subscribe so that you can see some of the latest videos that I put out for you guys. But let's get back to this other sandal and just clean this side as well. Again, this is a pair of Doc Martens. We cleaned this side already. The leather looks really good, but as you guys can see in the insole as well, there's just some grime and stuff that we want to get off for its new home. So we're going to be doing that same thing. Go ahead and grab a brush, get a little bit of your cleaner, a little bit of water, and then have at it. And thankfully, these aren't too dirty, but they are dirty enough that I wanted to show you guys how to easily take care of your leather sandals and things like that. Gonna get the outsole as well. And Arrowhead, where are you vacationing, if I may ask? All right, and this is looking really good. We want to be very thorough for all of the leather on here. And then, as you guys can see, quite a bit of dirt on here. Let's go ahead and wipe that off. And again, guys, I do these live so that if you have any questions at all whatsoever on how to clean your leather, or if you just want to chat and hang out, you can do so. So go ahead and drop me a comment below, and just let me know how your day's going. Again, my name is Evan. It's nice to be here with you guys. If you guys just joined, it's my goal to teach you guys, to share the knowledge that I've learned about cleaning and restoring leather, to give you the skills and tools to really know how to maintain and restore your leather even. So that's my goal. Thank you guys for being here. And this one's pretty much done. So again, this is a Doc Martens. The style is Clarissa. These are a size 9, women's 9. And we're just buckling this one here. And pretty much these ones are done. We could do some leather cream on them, but these are actually already pretty highly oiled and waxed, so I don't think that that's necessary. So we will just forego that step. Let's get to another pair of shoes while we're at it. Now, I wanted to show you guys. These are a vintage pair made in England, Doc Martens. This is like a gray nubuck, which is like a sanded down smooth leather, and essentially, it's much harder, more difficult to clean. But this one is really cool because this is the softest nubuck I've ever felt on any shoe. I don't know why it's so soft, but essentially, there's a lot of watermarks and all kinds of stuff on here that you guys may not know how to get off. And we cleaned it. We cleaned the other shoe on the previous show. And essentially, I wanted to show you guys that process yet again. So this was it before, very ashy, marks all over. And this is it now. And what we did was we cleaned it off with our shoe MGK because it's safe for nubuck. But I also off camera sprayed it with some Angelus mink oil, and this really enabled it to have a nice darkened color, and then it also made it more supple and soft as well. And so if I can find the lace here, we're going to lace this one back up. And we'll clean the other shoe while we're at it. And I'll be cleaning until 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask before then. And I always like to lace my shoes where at the very top the laces go inside, and then I like to tuck them in because it gives a really nice presentable look. And of course, what you guys can do after, I always teach, is that you want to put in the leather something to fill it out so that it doesn't sag down and begin to crease and crack where you bend down right here. So you guys can get shoe trees. What I'm going to show you is just a little trick. You just grab a bag from the grocery store and you stuff it in there. Let me get one. Now, if you guys wear your shoes like every day or pretty often, you probably want to get maybe some shoe trees because those are natural deodorizers. But if you're just storing your shoe, all you do is you get a bag and you just want to stuff it like so. You don't want to overstuff it to, make it pop out, but you just want to fill it just enough so that it's not sagging, just to mock a foot that's in there. So this one's good. And let's go ahead and clean this side. So I really like the difference that it makes. And what you can do even after this, and I haven't done it yet, is go ahead and give it a nice brush with a nubuck or a suede brush. So let's go ahead and get this one cleaned up. First of all, let's go ahead and take the laces off. All right. And while we're at this, let me just go ahead and give you guys one more time my YouTube channel, and the product that I'm using is called ShoeMGK. And let's go ahead and give this a dry brush. I do not have one. I'm just gonna take a horsehair, just brush off any of the excess dust or debris, like so. And then let me just explain for a second here. When it comes to suede and nubuck, it can be more difficult to get water spots out. So, and also smooth leather as well, but more so on nubuck and suede. So, what we want to do is if it doesn't come off easily, or if it's like all over, what you want to do, and this is not necessarily the best for your leather, but to get those marks out, if you're not going to wear it because there's marks on it, you might as well do this and do it the right way, and that is to actually completely wet all of the leather again so that you can disperse those marks and kind of take them away. Because what happens is when a water drop falls onto the leather, it gets just on that portion, and then when it dries, it brings all of the dirt and the pigments and whatever else, the oils, and it brings it just to that spot, just to here, and that's why it kind of is more prominent, because it's brought all those things together and then it just dries there. So what we wanna do is we wanna counteract that and kinda do the opposite thing, put water on the whole thing so that it will disperse and you won't have that one spot anymore. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna do the same exact thing that we always do, and it's that easy. We're gonna get our cleaner, we're gonna get it damp. Now, you really don't wanna get a lot of water on here, um, when it comes to nubuck and suede, because you don't want to ruin the fibers, but just be very gentle. You can get it wet, but um, you don't want to get too much water. And we're just going to be rubbing and making sure that we're hitting those spots where the water spots were at. And we're going to be getting the whole shoe. If we only did a portion of it, like here, there would probably be a water line that would dry. So you want to make sure to get the entire shoe. And again, guys, these concepts remain the same. If it's like a nubuck or a suede purse or a jacket, the concepts work as well. So make sure you guys are carrying over these ideas to your other leather pieces. And again, this isn't something you want to do all the time. This is something if you have a watermark or something like that, but there are definitely better ways to clean your suede or nubuck if you don't have issues like a watermark. So right after that, you want to take your cloth and really just try to soak up all of that water and cleaner and get it off of your nubuck or your suede right away. You don't want it to linger on there. If you guys do dry your shoes outside, make sure that you do not put them in direct sunlight, because if you do that, you can actually damage your leather. And what will happen is it may become um, extra dry and cracked, because the when you change the pH level of your leather by using even water, because I know this may be a little bit more scientific for you guys, but when leather is tanned, it is tanned at a pH level of maybe around 4.5 or 5.5. And when you use a cleaner like ShoeMGK or saddle soap or whatever it may be, a lot of them are a higher pH, and even water is, being neutral, is at 7, and that's a higher pH, and that will bring your leather to a more unstable state. And so you want to dry it as quickly as possible, but you don't want to do that in direct sunlight. You can do that, indirectly in the shade, but make sure if there's a nice breeze, that's good too. And then essentially, yeah, you just want to leave this to dry. This is a different color because it's wet, but once it dries, it's gonna be like the other shoe. And then all we have to do after that is take our mink oil And this is a great product for all of your suede and nubuck to just reliven it, because it waterproofs, softens, lubricates, preserves, and you can use it on all kinds of different things. This is for nubuck and suede, um, but you don't want to use something like a leather cream on your suede or your nubuck because that's going to grease up the fibers and it's not going to allow you to have that nice, soft, supple feel on there. So hopefully that makes sense. This one turned out really good as well. We'll see once it dries with all the water spots. We can actually go ahead and lace it back up. And before I do that, I'm going to clean the laces. I'm just going to do the same thing I said earlier, and that is to take your laces, soak them in some water and cleaner, agitate them, and then once you're done with that, squeeze out all the water and then drag them through your cloth. Just like that, to get rid of any of that excess moisture. And then just go ahead and lace back up your shoe. And what do you guys think about this process so far? Feel free to leave me a comment below. Or if you can't talk or can't type, feel free to send those hearts over as well. Awesome. Minpin, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate the comment. And if you guys just joined, my name is Evan, and it's a pleasure to be with you guys today. A lot of what I do is actually I make videos on YouTube, just so you guys have the opportunity to go back and replay and see the whole process being done. So feel free to check out. I have these lives being streamed to YouTube, so you can even go back and check this one out again. But also, I make videos as well. So I both have the lives and the separate videos for you guys. All right, so we lace that one back up, and it's looking really good. Let's see what time it is. We've got about 5 minutes, so let me go ahead and show you guys just a few more tips and tricks before we end so that um, you guys can get the most benefit that you can. But again, these are much better. If you guys saw the dust and debris that was in the welt stitching here, it is now completely gone, and that looks awesome. So we're just going to let this one dry. Now, if you guys have white shoes, something that I have taught you guys before, I also have multiple videos online on YouTube where I show you exactly how to clean white shoes. But for example, if you have white leather like this, what you guys can do is, again, I use Shoe MGK, just really soak the whole thing, that leather in your cleaner, really scrub in and around to get that clean. And you know what? I think I'm just going to do it with you guys here so you can see. I'll just do it. I also did the other one. So this is what it looks like afterwards in comparison. But let's just go ahead and clean it. We'll do a speed clean because we only have a few minutes left. So first of all, we'll take off these laces. See how quickly we can do this. These laces are so dirty, honestly. But this is a really cool brand. Does anybody know of it? It's called Alukai. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like a Hawaiian brand. And they have this really cool proprietary little function on the heel here where it functions both as an upright low top and a mule. So just a super cool idea for shoes that I really like. Yeah, and the first thing that we're going to do is really soak these laces because they're just so filthy. And you guys are going to see how well the laces clean up. So take a good look at them. They're almost brown. And we're just going to go ahead and soak them in the water while we're cleaning. I'm going to go ahead and get our brush damp. Gonna put quite a bit of cleaner on there, and we're just going to have at it. And this is already, a lot of that dirt is already coming off so easily with our cleaner. All right, so we've been pretty thorough with this. Let's go ahead and grab our cloth and wipe off all of the excess. Now, I do want to note that it's not going to get every single thing off, and that's why our next step is really important to show you guys how we take care of the rest. Lots of cleaner on here, so make sure you be thorough and take all of it off. Okay, it's looking good. Now, anything that didn't come off with the brush, we're actually going to take our cloth, get a little bit of our cleaner, and we're going to scrub that with our hands directly. Because sometimes we need a little bit more elbow grease, a little bit more directed attention on here. Great cleaner for white midsoles as well, guys. Yeah, especially near the eyelets, a lot of the laces can get it pretty dirty, especially like if you're tying your laces all the time, your hands are dirty, then it transfers onto the laces, and then what it can do is then transfer onto the leather when you're lacing it up as well. And it looks like there's some discoloration here from the inside pigment of the leather. Let's see if that can come off with our cleaner. Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. It really just depends on the situation and how long the pigment has been in the leather, how long it's been soaking in there, etc. It did take some of it off, and you can take some more time, in particular for your situation to see, how that will be. For this one, seems like it's coming off pretty well, but really no one's going to see that when you're wearing it as much. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And then let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Okay, this is not dirt on top. And let me just get this midsole real quick. It's not dirt on top. It's actually scuffed leather. So it's gone down into the grain of the leather. So that's not something that can be cleaned off. That's something that needs to be put back on. So it's something that I call cleanliness versus condition. There's things that we can clean off. Let's see this here. That looks a little bit surface. So let's go ahead and scrub that off. Like that. So that was surface. That came off. But this, you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but essentially you kind of have scuffed up that area where there's no longer any pigment. So that white pigment on the surface has completely come off. And that's where our white touch-up comes in. So let's go ahead and apply that. We have reached just about 10 o'clock, so this will be the last portion of it. So we want to take our white touch-up. Now you want to do this in multiple layers. You don't want to do this all at once. So this is a very thin coating, and I'll be continually putting a coating on here. And you just apply that coating, and then you leave it to dry, and then you do it again, and you do it again. And you can do this all over the shoe even, like so. Just to brighten up your leather, just note that this is there is a film on here, and it will, change the color to a brighter white. And that's pretty much how that works. But yeah, I hope that you guys have learned a lot today. It was just a quick 1 hour show, but if you guys have any questions before I go, please let me know right now in the comments below. If you learned anything, feel free to let me know in the comments below what that is. But if you guys would just do me a huge favor, just right after this, feel free just head over to my YouTube channel, check out some of the videos, learn some more stuff. If you want to see more of that, please feel free to subscribe so that you guys can get some of the latest videos. I am going to be putting out some very exciting cleans in the near future. But yeah, today was just a lot of maintenance type of cleaning, which is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. So thank you guys for being here. Again, my name is Evan. It's a pleasure to have cleaned here with you guys. Let me know if you need anything. You guys can message me on the side, either on here or on the comments on YouTube. If you guys have particular questions or you didn't think of something and you say, "Oh, I want to go back and ask him a question," feel free to direct message me. I'd love to help you out in any way that I can. Again, it's been my goal to provide the skills and tools needed to love your leather. So I really appreciate the time that you guys spent with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.